I'm here at TI8 with Rivalry, and I'm sitting down with AUI 2000, who is currently coaching Fnatic. So how is this day going for you in between groups and main event?
Apparently there's a lot of stuff to do today. Like you have to do some rehearsal and like media day. I think previous years you had more time to actually prepare for your matches. So, I mean, I don't like doing stuff, but I mean, it's not that bad, I guess.
Yeah, so do you get to relax today at all, or is it just, out of the frying pan into the fire kind of thing?
Well, yesterday I went to sleep at 10:30, and I woke up at like 10, so that was good. But no, I think it's not really a relaxation day, it's just a prep day, so yeah.
All right, and so I wanted to talk to a lot of the coaches here at TI and kind of get a grasp on that, because Valve has officially recognized coaching and made it a part of their system. And so I want to know, what is the dynamic of you as a coach for Fnatic? What do you do for them?
Well, I'm sort of, like, it's easier for me to go into coaching because I was an ex-pro player, I think. I played with a lot of guys, so they trust my ideas a lot of stuff. But basically, my job as coach is to come up with new ideas for them to play, and then sort of work together with the players to build like a framework of how we envision the game and how we want to play the game, and to make sure that we're following that path. I mean, I'm just like a little bit of a cheesy player myself, so I like to think of weird strats, and yeah, it's like you're just involved with as much as you can. Like if someone wants to look at a hero, you look at it with them. Maybe you look at it first. If someone wants to look at a strategy, maybe you watch it first, because like, I know as a player, like the most valuable resource you have is time, and if you have to do all these extra little things like looking at warding or whatever, then you don't have enough time to do everything, especially at a tournament like TI.
So you would say your role as a coach definitely focuses more on the Dota, the technical side?
Yeah, as opposed to
a lot of coaches can kind of step in and be there almost to manage team relationships in a way.
Yeah.
Like you're the therapist with a player on your couch kind of thing.
I don't know how it usually works for other Dota teams, but like in most of my other teams, like especially on C9 and EG, when we had like Charlie and Phil managing us, like that was part of the manager's job. In this team, it's like, I guess I sort of do that, but not in the same capacity they did, because it's only because like I played with three of them, like Universe, Envy, and Pi for so long, that I just know them really well. And then DJ and Abbott are just really easy to get along with. So I do talk to them. I do try to make sure things are smooth out towards them, but I wouldn't say it's part of my more important roles on the team.
So who would you say you work the most closely with? Is it Envy for the drafting aspect? Is it, potentially, one of the support players, just because you used to play a lot of support? That's who do you work the most closely with?
I think like there's a lot of team discussions mostly, but in terms of like think about drafting, it's definitely Envy. I tend to room with Pi, so we usually talk the most, because like just before you sleep we're just talking about Dota or what we think. So it's probably Envy or Pi.
And so this is really your first time with a Southeast Asian team, right?
Yes.
Yeah. And so you played a lot of your time in NA. Is there anything that you've really learned from looking at Southeast Asian playstyles, and then were you able to bring ideas from NA to Fnatic?
I mean, Fnatic's like a Southeast Asian team, but like all their players are NA.
Yeah.
Like Envy, Pi, Envy and Universe are NA. Pi played like on half NA teams his entire career, and he trained under Bulba and Team Tinker, which makes him NA. And Abid learned under Bulba, which makes him NA. And DJ learned under the guys of Team Zephyr in Korea, so he's also NA.
Oh,
yes.
Okay. That's
so
how that
it's
works.
an NA team, and we have an NA coach.
NA team, NA coach, where do you get new ideas from? How do you refresh what the team is doing?
I don't really know. Like, I think for most players in Dota, it's not like you just play pubs, you see something that you sort of like, or you see something that just like inspires you to think about something, and then that's your idea. Like you build on it, you're like, hey, maybe I can do this. You think about it a bit more. What the hell? And then you build on that and you get a new idea. And then you go to your team, like, hey, what do you think about this? And they help you refine your idea. Ideally, I guess that's what I'm supposed to do as a coach. And then they try to scrim and you try to official.
And so what do you think teams need as far as support staff goes? Like if you could build the ideal team and then support staff behind it, what would you say that they need?
So I think like support staff in general, like everything you can possibly have a support staff for is good if executed right. The problem is like in Dota especially, the infrastructure is very limited compared to other esports. So like in League of Legends, I know like a lot of teams have like a sports psychologist, they have like a few analysts. They might have an analyst for each specific role actually. They have a head coach, they have like assistant coaches. And I think if those are executed right, then it's really helpful actually, because as I said before, time is the most important resource that players have. And ideally, all those positions should just help you use your time the best. However, in Dota, like I've had teams with just 5 players and a coach, and I think the coach has been the worst thing that happened to the team. So like even just having a coach, if it's done improperly, is bad. And then if you use more of your valuable time on something like some analysts and they're not doing their job properly or they're not integrated properly, then that will also be bad. So that's your question, I guess, like as much support as possible if it's executed properly, and nothing if it's bad.
And so all about efficiency, which you're coaching an EE team,
yes.
So that's appropriate that you all set that viewpoint. Well, I'm going to let you get back to that and value the time as the most precious resource. So thank you for talking with us, and good luck moving forward.
Thank you.